right? I'm not gonna sit here and trash Joe Budden or trash Rory and Maul. Like, no, man. Let's look at the bigger lesson that we all can take from this. Okay. So, Joe Budden. Joe Budden has been known to wreck things that he does. Like, I mean, I think that's fairly consistent with his career. Highly talented, polarizing. People care about what he says, what he does, but he messes up stuff a lot, right? And what we found ourselves? We found ourselves with a group of friends who had a great podcast together, and money gets involved, contracts get involved, and things change. And I'll tell you, money doesn't change you. Money just gives you the leverage to do what it is that you want to do. And so many people miss that. It's like, oh no, once they got the money, they changed. No, 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 no. They got comfortable. They were able to now make decisions from a level of comfort, not a level of a position of survival, right? And so many of us make decisions from survival that we can't even fathom being able to make a comfort based decision and not become uncomfortable because of it. What does that mean? How much BS do you put up with at your job? Whether it's the hours that you don't like, whether it's the boss that you don't like, whether it's the coworkers that you don't like, or even if it's the work that you don't like. There's so much that we sacrifice because we know at the end of the day that our bills have to be paid. We have a lifestyle that we want to continue to maintain, right? And guess what? Guess what, man? We do it because we don't have the leverage to be able to make a different move that would allow us to walk away from it, right? And so when people talk about money doesn't change you, no, the money that has always been in you. You've just not been in a situation to be able to make those decisions because you're surviving and you're not thriving. And that's what we've seen here, where those gentlemen are now thriving. So it's Joe was like, nah, bro, I'm doing this way. And the guy's like, nah, bro, like I'm not putting up with that because these people know their value. And once you know your value and you actually are in a position to where you can miss a paycheck, because hey, bro, this paycheck right here ain't it. Nah, nah, nah. I take nothing before I take this because I know what I'm worth and I can fall back on that. That's what you get. But like I said last week, man, ultimately it was a failure in leadership. It was a failure in communication. Um, and I was happy to see that when Joe put out the pod today, that he took accountability. Because after listening to the back and forth this weekend, Rory and Maul, they did their own podcast episode talking about it. Uh, Joe then responded on Instagram, and I was like, man, nah, this ain't looking good, man. Like, Joe, you're looking real. And then the video comes out from his from the co-host from one of the podcasts that he started on his network. I go, oh boy, here it comes. When it rains, it pours. And I was just like, Joe, it's not looking good. And if this is how you feel and this is what you stand on, man, like I can't support you. But as a fan, I'm like, let me give it a listen. Let me see what we're gonna get today. Let me see where his head's at because I thought he was gonna come out just firing on everybody, but he didn't. He was apologetic. He was like, yeah, bro. As the leader, I failed.